Today on Food Journey, I'm meeting with Chef Toby, consulting chef for Reds and Greens Butchers, in their studio kitchen, as he gives us his international food perspective. And later, we're getting creative together in the kitchen with one of our everyday go-to ingredients, the tomato. Chef Toby.
Hi.
Welcome to Food Journey.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome here on set today for us to pick your brain a little bit and get you in the kitchen cooking as well with me.
Looking forward to it.
So first, I'd love to find out a little bit more about you. Tell us, how did you start with your life as a chef? Is it something that you planned to do? Something that you feel you were destined to do? Or is it something that you fell into and find yourself doing now?
Well, initially I never thought I was going to be a chef. I started off as more of a business student at uni, and I guess once you go to England for the first time, you always want to go out, you experience all this life different from what we're used to here, and I guess I kind of got caught into that, and I went out quite a lot. And I was always broke, so I figured the best thing to do was to find a job part-time whilst I studied, and the first place I walked into was an Italian restaurant. Really small place. It's just off Covent Garden, if you know your way around. Okay. And just walked in. I said if they needed a job. They said they needed someone, a baker. I said okay, fine. I could try my hands at a baker. No experience, and that's where it started off from about 17 years ago. So yeah, very first thing I learned was how to bake bread. Gradually from there, I then decided, okay, I enjoy what I do. I think purely because the people that you meet in the kitchen. I enjoyed the culture, which is meeting people from different backgrounds. Some of them went to uni like me, some of them didn't go to uni. So I guess it's a melting pot, like we always say. It's really where all the cultures come together in the kitchen in Europe. So I think I enjoyed being part of that, being able to work under a bit of pressure and then switch back to everyone relaxed, having a drink, and always knowing that it's something you've created that people actually enjoy. So I think it was easy for me to transition into a chef once I was accepted in a way in a kitchen environment. So yeah, that's kind of where it all started from, and I haven't looked back since.
Now, when you came into the kitchen, did you have any sort of cooking experience at all, bachelor cooking level, or was it a shock getting in there and wondering, well, what am I going to be what's in store for me?
The first impressions were, okay, I don't know what I'm doing, but I hope someone's going to show me the ropes. So I think for me, initially it was important to know the basics before I actually then went on to say, okay, I wanted a qualification in cooking or with food in general. So I think more than anything, people around me in the kitchen kind of helped shape my own mentality and also my intentions of changing my profession, so to speak. I think it's not for everyone. I feel it's something that you have to be passionate about, because no one's going to tell you how. It's always going to be really tough, and you need to enjoy what you do.
Now, you've come back to Nigeria now, and how many years have you been here?
It's coming back 2 years now.
2 years, So you're freshly back, having been away for how long?
17.
17 years,
Yeah.
That's good. That's a huge chunk of time in terms of what changes around
Oh
the
yeah,
world.
everything's changed here.
And in Nigeria. So let me ask you, when you came back as a chef, how did you, what were your impressions of where Nigeria now is in that sort of contemporary food scene?
It's a tricky one, because I have friends that are probably going to give me stick if I criticize
Say the right
for
thing.
too much. So, but I to be honest, I never had any impressions or any expectations. I just came into because I know it's been a long time away. So I initially was just fact finding. So
right.
See what's happening. See how far we've evolved or we've changed. And surprisingly, I was quite impressive about, with what everybody's doing. There are a lot of people out there that are actually doing really good stuff. It's interesting to see. I feel, for some reason, I have similarities to London with Lagos.
Really?
In a sense. Yes, because slowly it's becoming a place where you can almost have whatever you feel like having.
Exactly.
You know, we have the Lebanese, they've come, and then we have that influx of Mediterranean style. You know, we still have our barbecues, you know, if it's suya, and then you have the burgers, you have people that are doing American style smoking. So there's a lot. I met a guy that does his own bacon at home. So I've been very, really opportune to meet a lot of people that kind of gave me a different view about Nigeria and about the cooking scene, because, like I said, I wasn't so sure what I was going to find.
Right.
But I think we're on the right track. I just feel like, you know, with time and then with the right exposure, we'll definitely be on the map, because we deserve to be there.
Right. So from what I hear you saying, Chef, Nigeria has had many international influences. Of course, Nigerian food, I feel, is on the map, definitely, and in Europe specifically. So would you say that you found a lot of Europeans into trying Nigerian food, West African food in general, let's say in London where you lived, or is it something that people are still afraid of?
In terms of African food, I feel a lot of people over there, I mean, African food has been around for quite a while. We used to have the North Africans, where initially first started setting up their own restaurants there. So everyone's used to the bread, like I said, you know, the Mediterranean cooking. And then we also had some people from East Africa. So you had the people from Somalia, for example, for their point of view, their own food is more vegan styled. So, you know, it's cleaner, it's healthier. So I feel like, you know, with African food, I think we're just really hitting the surface, because everyone's tried everything else but African food, and usually the excuse is, oh, I don't know where to have really good African food, and they're all situated in, you know, hard to reach areas for everybody else.
Oh, really?
Well, that's kind of the way they see it. So you don't have, like, it's only probably last year or a year ago that we have a footprint of an African restaurant in central London or anywhere in central London, basically. Most of the times you'd have to travel out of central London to experience some of this stuff.
So Chef Toby, where do you see yourself going in Nigeria as a chef? We have a lot of chefs here who are doing their own specialty type of food, that has their own little signature flair. What are you really interested in terms of what you'd like to show of yourself here in Nigeria?
Key thing is always going to be the ingredient for me. Like I said, I enjoy traveling around Europe, so you know, I like the Mediterranean style of cooking. I like it when it's fresh. I like colors. So, you know, if the plate looks colorful, you've got me there. So that's something that I kind of want to incorporate with what we have, because our food can be colorful, you know, with the right inspiration. And I feel that's something that we can achieve. Second thing, my influence and the way I cook depends on my mood. So I like Chinese food, I like the Asian food, so I can make a curry, I can do something, you know, from Far East if I wanted. So
I seem to gather from what you're saying that you really love the sort of emotional aspect of feeding people. That's coming across a lot. You like to see people getting together and enjoying food.
Food for me is therapeutic.
Wonderful.
I find it relaxing when I do it. A lot of people look at me and go, why is it relaxing? It's chaos, but you know, behind chaos sometimes you have really, really, really steady hands. So for me, you know, it's just natural that, because it's an emotional thing and it has to show, you know, it will show. So you just have to either embrace that or, I don't know, you keep fighting it, I guess.
Well, today we are going to be using one ingredient, which sometimes seems to be a little bit mundane because it's sort of like, oh, just put some of that in. We're talking about the tomato, something that's just the base for a lot of our soups and stews and things like that. But also an ingredient which can either be a vehicle, a main player in the forefront, and can also be a side player as well. And I think it might be fun for us to be able to challenge ourselves, you know, I like a challenge on Food Journey, to use this one ingredient and make it shine in ways that perhaps we don't normally use it. What are your sort of takes on the tomato, the humble tomato?
The humble tomato,
yes,
as we call it. It's the most underrated fruit of all.
Right.
And it's a base for, I don't know, it's probably more than 60% of what we consume in Nigeria alone.
Exactly.
So I think we just don't know it, but it's always been the one that the glue that brings all the ingredients together. If you're making, I don't know, a foriro, or you'd always need your tomato base.
Exactly.
But obviously in Europe it's slightly different. You can have it as a salad, you can have it as a warm dish. It's very versatile. I think I'm looking forward to this challenge. I think we can definitely make some things, some very interesting kind of food.
That's beautiful. So shall we tell everybody what we're going to make today?
Yes.
So you can watch it right now. We're kicking it off with an original main course vegan recipe from Chef Toby's repertoire. And next, some sit down and watch a movie with me snack time with cheesy tomatoey nachos. And don't miss out on our signature drink, a to cry for seafood Bloody Mary. Ingredients set out? I am intrigued about this dish. You seem to have a large variety there of tomatoes, different types. I think I got some sort of beefsteak tomatoes there, some plum tomatoes, and some lovely cherry tomatoes. How's that going to help your dish?
Well, I think it's actually nice that you did that, because then I can combine different, because obviously you've got the salad tomatoes, which are a bit more crispy, a bit more tough. Then you got one that's also very sweet. So the smaller ones, really bright ones, tend to be a bit more sweeter than the larger ones. So what we're going to do is just going to combine everything into like really thick chunks.
I see. And this is very interesting for me because I've never really seen cassava used in this way, in a pie. Very interesting. Where did this dish originate?
So it's more of a Bermudian dish. And the classic is actually with chicken. So it's chicken stock, you have your cassava and butter, and then you bake in the oven.
Interesting.
So, I mean, everybody looks at cassava and they think, oh, it's an African. Yes, it is African, but the roots of cassava have traveled really far and wide. As far as Cuba, Brazil.
Exactly.
They all consume it. So it's not more, just what we're used to.
Right. This cassava we are using today has been grated and blanched in hot water. It's popularly eaten this way as abacha, or our own African salad. I've done you 3 cloves, is that good?
That's perfect.
Right.
Thank you. So I'm just going to crush these.
All right.
Doesn't really matter.
Just give them a little chop.
That's it, really. It doesn't have to be fine. For those that probably want it fine, you can use a grater or a crusher.
This has been on for a little while, so how much oil would you like?
I'd say about 2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons. 1, 2.
I'm going to put this in here, like so.
And it goes. Great. So not too much tomato.
No, because we're only doing just one small one.
Little portion.
Yes. So we've got that going.
Do we need some aromatics?
Yes, we do. We'll be adding some of that lovely thyme and oregano.
Thyme and oregano. I'll do that. Oregano and thyme.
We'll just grab a few sprigs of it.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yes,
so lovely and fresh.
And then what we're doing here is like just sweat it down a bit.
Sweating it down a bit?
Yes. Yeah, it's soft.
Lovely. So are you looking to fully cook that or not?
No, because we're still going to put that in the pie. So
right.
We're still gonna
smells really nice.
So we're going to add some salt into that.
All right. Some of the
some
Himalayan?
Of that, yep, I'm going to crush some here, like so.
Okay.
So sprinkle
salt on there.
There we go.
Shall I give it a zhuzh?
Yes, please.
All right. This is kind of easy, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, so clean hands, everybody, we've got.
Yes, we do.
We're just...
Again, we're making just a portion now, so...
Wow. Do I give it a...
Yes, please.
This is so interesting. And look at the beautiful color
squeeze of lemon juice.
Squeeze of lemon.
That,
Little
yeah.
knob of butter and some water. Look
A
at that.
touch more.
Great, look at how it came out.
That looks lovely.
Just even do that, you can. My goodness, what am I saying? Ah, lovely. So there we go. I see you have
Right.
been rolling your.
Yes. So
dough.
I've got this ready for us. Just flip it on my arm here.
Let's shift that over.
And what we're gonna do is we're gonna lay that on top
That's
of our dish.
lovely.
Some of it's breaking.
That's okay. That just adds to the character of it, doesn't it?
There, Sonia. Here you have it.
This is
Our
fantastic.
cassava and tomato pie.
See that? Let's put it in the oven. Look at that.
Just so our pastry cooks.
So, Toby, you ready for us to try our second dish?
Yes, I'm excited.
Fantastic. So am I, because it's nachos.
Yep.
You like nachos?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
a nice cold beer.
yes, yes. Well, actually, we are going to make our nachos and also a drink to go with it. That's the next thing.
Yeah,
okay?
the one I'm looking forward to.
The one you're looking forward to. So we're not going to have a dry mouth today. We'll have a snack and a drink.
Awesome.
So let's get started. First ingredient, of course, the nachos. Tortilla chips, really. Do you want to try one?
Oh, yes, I don't mind. Thank
Let's
you.
see how they are, because, crunchy, but a bit salty, everyone. So I'm gonna make sure that with everything else I'm going to layer the nachos with, salt is really a big player there, okay? So we'll start off with some of these colorful peppers. I've got a green, a yellow, and a red, okay? Real pretty here, aren't they? So you like the color here?
Yes, I do. It's the first time I'm having a colorful nachos.
Oh, really? And I'm also going to use a little bit of this parsley as well, stems and all, just sort of chop that up. Basically, that's it. So this is the beginning, and we just take this over to the stove and give it a bit of a saute, okay? Okay.
Nachos are a Tex-Mex dish from the north of Mexico and are really just a fun, crunchy snack the way we're making them, but can be bulked up with meat too for a more filling dish. Grate some mozzarella. No, grate lots of mozzarella. This will melt so nicely and beautifully on the nachos. And now, all we have to do is build up the rest in a heavy oven pan or tray, just like this.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Yes.
Go on, Toby, scrape it in there. You can never have enough cheese,
Nope.
right?
Yep. The secret to cheese is more cheese.
It's more cheese.
Out with one pie and in with the nachos.
Now, is it better to have them in the oven, on oven or grill?
Yes, I would say for best results, stick in the oven, because that way it's a convection oven, so it kind of cooks you all around as well.
Right.
So make sure the oven's hot before, preheated, then you
Good.
pop it in, and it cooks evenly as well, so that helps.
Now, I'm doing that because we need to try your pie.
Yep.
Can we do that?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Just like that.
That pastry looks so light. this was a really well thought out and balanced dish. Fantastic,
Yes.
Toby.
Glad you enjoyed it.
You hit it out of the ballpark.
Thank you.
Okay, so I think it's time for us to wet our throats a bit
Yes.
with a little bit of a
Bloody Mary.
cocktail. A Bloody Mary, folks. I'm so excited about this. But not just any Bloody Mary, a seafood Bloody Mary. This is going to be packed with fun and excitement.
We're using plum tin tomato and we're passing it through 2 sieves to get all the juice out. Bloody Mary is an old drink from the 1920s. Who Mary is unclear and subject to rumor and speculation, but this spiced tomato juice and vodka cocktail is a real treat. We're garnishing ours with veggies and giant prawns to make it a seafood version. Seasoned, pan sauteed, with lemon juice, butter and parsley. Delectable, yes?
Okay, the fun part. Let's get this drink together.
Yep.
I'm going to rim the glasses
Okay.
with a little bit of paprika and a little bit of salt.
Bloody Mary, chin chin.
Chin chin. I'm going to give mine a bit of a stab because the ice is
Yep.
melted. Okay, so excited to do this, everybody. Shall we go?
Yep.
Okay. This is a festival of flavor, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
Actually,
my
not so bad.
gosh. No, this is not so bad. This is bloody brilliant.
Yes. It's
Bloody
actually quite
Mary.
good. Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. I love the lemoniness, the freshness, right?
Yeah.
Gotta taste the prawn.
Oh yes, this. Gonna try something. Might be weird.
Are you gonna put yours in there? Yummy. You're dipping yours. Okay, I have to copy that. I have to dip too. All of it.
What a result! We love tomatoes. And you can see everyone else loves these nachos too.
Should we say goodbye?
Goodbye, everyone.
See you next time.